Ikorodu Road is designated as an A1 highway and it's a 4-lane expressway. The highway also hosts many of the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority's Bus Rapid Transit BRT. The total road network in the state is put at 5,180 kilometers, of which 591 kilometers are federal roads, 2,743 kilometers are state roads, and 1,846 kilometers are local government roads. According to reports, it's estimated that about 75,000 commercial fleet form the bulk of public transportation, particularly minibuses managed by the private sector. What are the best ways we could possibly manage, reduce time spent on our roads to seek a way out of these many challenges?
The causes of delay cannot be, is something that is something that could be elusive, or let me say it's something that has peculiarity to different sections to different roads in Lagos State. The causes for Ikorodu Road might be different from the causes of Lagos Badagry Road, and the causes for Lagos Badagry Road might be different from the causes of Lekki Epe Road. For example, in Ikorodu Road, a study had been conducted on fixed and operational delay. And from that study, it was observed that fixed delay is not enough to be, those causes that are attributed to fixed delay, they are not enough to be the causes that could be attributed to operational delay. So it also depends on the types of delay that we are looking at. For example, the one of Ikorodu Road, especially that Mile 12, before that barricade was there, is the operational delay type from the study that was conducted. And when we say operational delay, we are talking about the delay that is not being caused by traffic lights, but the delay that is caused by maybe a kind of informal activities along the road, maybe a kind of misbehavior of some public drivers or some drivers, maybe a kind of indiscipline, but most times they could be grouped into indiscipline of the road users. When the road users are not disciplined, you discover that all those factors could be attributed to the operational type of road traffic delay.
Many Nigerians will want to drive their car even to their bedroom or to their place of work instead of joining the mass transit, and at the end of the day, they do a little bit of trekking to their offices, but nobody wants to do that, and that is why the pressure is still there. Ikorodu down to Semes is a pilot, or is just to test the usage of BRT. I know that with time, BRT will extend to other areas, and the most important thing is that there should be rail, or what we call tram, that can really lift the the traffic on this particular corridor to the island. But the issue is that even when the tram comes on board, this culture of show off by the use of the kind of vehicle you have by Nigerians, will it stop?
Public bus transport operations are highly fragmented, with a high level of operational indiscipline in major roads in the metropolis.
The very wretched attitude of users of the road, poor driving habits. Even the regulatory officers do not help matters. I must put that on record. One of the primary aims of law enforcement is to whip people into line, get them to do the right thing. But the truth is, in a part of the world, it's about extortion. People deliberately set you up. They set you up. They want you to make mistakes so that they can extort money. And that's calling a spade a spade. But I think the dimensions, a dynamic administration, like we've been blessed with time and time again in Lagos, can begin to look at, or should begin to look at, is to consolidate some gains of improvement in road management and construction.
Traffic congestion, which also means traffic delay, is an issue among road users and inhabitants of Lagos urban communities for the time spent in moving from their home to their places of work. Urban transportation is depicted to be the arrangement of transportation that gives access and portability to individuals and products inside the communities. The most widely recognized method for transportation in Lagos, like different nations in Africa, is road transportation. It's the most prevailing method of motorized transport in Africa, representing 80% of the cargo movement and 90% of passenger traffic on the land mass. The city traffic congestion delay has great impact on loss of man hours. Traffic congestion delay is a physical phenomena identified with in the way vehicles impede each other during the peak periods.
In different roads, you have different peculiar causes. At times, you could have the bad signage. At times, it could be a malfunctioning. Some of these signage, some of these traffic signals, they're supposed to be reviewed. They're supposed to be reviewed. Because at times, and that is one of the causes of the fixed delay, when it is being propelled by the traffic signals majorly. Some of them are supposed to be renewed. For example, you want to pass through a particular intersection to another, to pass through a particular intersection to the other side of the road. And you discover that you are looking at the other side of the road without traffic. You are seeing that the other side of the road that you are waiting to get to is not busy, is not experiencing any delay. A situation like that is supposed to make the officers that are in charge of the operation of the traffic signals to know that for a particular period of time there is a change in the traffic pattern. At times it could be the volume of traffic. It could be that the capacity of the road might not be enough to carry the volume that is coming out for that particular time.
For us to permanently address not only the Ikorodu traffic problem, but generally in Lagos, you need to survey other modes of transportation. The people must consciously embrace other mode of transportation. If we can develop the inland waterways properly at that Ikorodu, on its own, it can solve the problem. And that is, everybody do not have to put their vehicle on the road or jump into the bus from Ikorodu because you are going to CMS or you are going to Apapa, when you can as well enter the ferry at Ikorodu axis there and take you straight to CMS and straight to Apapa, as the case may be. Now, but the problem is that even with the little water transportation that Lagos have been able to harness and develop, you discover that there is still apathy on the part of the people towards using it. And again, you also look at the safety considerations, which some people have pointed out why they do not want to use. Do we really have life jackets for everybody that is using the waterways? What is really the state of the ferries we have on those areas? So that is why I said there is still need for a lot of investment in that axis.
Transportation infrastructure is one of the key variables that specifically influences urban transportation adequacy and capacity. Traffic congestion happens when the vehicle's capacity base is surpassed or when transport infrastructure can no more contain the volume of movement produced.